lesson 6, and in this lesson you are going to learn something about how to apply transitions. Okay, so when you talk of transitions, these are when you are moving from one slide to another, so that there are some motion effects that you see, some sort of animated thing that you see when you move from one slide to another. So that effect is what we term as transition. So in this lesson, we're going to learn how to apply them. Then we also learn how to customize such transitions. Okay, so the first thing is, let's try to identify the type of transition that we have in Microsoft PowerPoint. There are 3 categories of transitions. The first one is the subtle, then the second one is the exciting, and the last one is the dynamic. So the subtle, it uses slide transition. So let's try to manipulate with it and see. So let's go to our tab, our menu tab. We go to transition, then you click on transition to activate the ribbons transition commands. Then you go to the small arrow down here, down this side here, then just click on it. You see the other. Okay, so these are the transitions. So the first column here is what they call the subtle. As I said, it's the slide transition. You won't see the transitions as much. So let's try to click on any of them and see that the transition. So see how the transition is. Let's try to select this one and see. Okay, you see. So this is the subtle. Then the other column here is the exciting. Then the last section here is the dynamic content. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do now is how to apply transitions to our presentation. So the first thing you are going to do when you are applying transition is to select the slide, the specific slide you want to apply your transition to. So on our presentation here, our sample presentation here, or our sample work here, we are going to apply our transition to the first. Okay, let's apply to the second one, rather to the second slide. So you have, first of all, we need to select the specific slide. Then the next thing is you go to the ribbons and select the transition tab. Then you locate the transition in the slide group, or the transition in this slide group. So the group here, this group here, to transition to this slide group, you are going to select them. So any of the transition that you select, you can click on this one and you see the other transition that you want. So you can select any of them. So the moment you select one, it will preview it for you. See, the moment you select it, it will preview it for you. So if you are satisfied with it, then you are good to go. Okay, so after that, then you just what? It has been applied already. So the moment you click on it, so we selected fly through. The moment you click on it, you see the preview. So when working with transitions, the apply to all command in the timing group can be used at any time to make your presentation uniform. You see, if you want your presentation to be uniform, that is to have a uniform transition, one transition throughout, you are going to use the apply to all command. So this is what you are going to do. If you want to apply one transition to all your slides, you click on the first slide, then you select the transition that you want to apply. Let's say you want to apply, let me use this one, the window transition. Okay, so this is what you want to apply. Then you come and click on the apply to all command here. So you click on the apply to all command. It will apply the same transition to all the tabs, or I mean all the the slides. The same transition will apply to all the slides. That's another way of applying one transition to all the slides in your work. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is how to preview your work. Let's say you have applied the transition, so you want to see how it will take effect, how it will be when you start your presentation. So that's what we are going to do. So the first thing you need to do is to click on the preview tab to the preview command. So you have the preview command at the extreme left here. So you click on the preview command, then you click on play. You click the star play animation icon. Say play animation. So you locate the play animation icon there. Okay, so let's preview it and see. Good. So there is the animation, the preview thing that we have done. So if you want to preview it, just go to the list tab here and click on it and see how the transition will be. Okay, so let's select another slide and see how it will be. Then click on the preview. Good. So you see that we selected one transition, but it has been applied to all other slides. So that is one way of previewing your transitions. Okay, so the other thing you are going to do is how to modify a transition. So to modify a transition, we are going to start with the duration, the timing. Okay, so the first thing is you select the slide that includes the transition you wish to modify. So let's take for instance our transition. We want to modify our transition, the specific transition that we want to modify. But with our work here, we give the we apply all transitions. So we can select the slides and learn how to change the duration. So let's select the second slide. That's the first. You select the slide with that transition you want to add. You want to change the duration. So in the duration field, in the timing group, you enter the amount of time you want the duration to take. Let's say for instance you want the duration to take 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes, 5 hours. The time that you want, the duration you want it to move. Let's say you want it to be in a slow motion or slow in motion. That is, don't want it to be fast. The transition don't want it to be fast. You can decrease the duration. But if you want it to be slow in movement, you can increase the duration. So with hours, our duration is here. The duration is here 1.5 duration. So the length is 1.5. So you can just change it. So how do we change it? So with this is 1 second and 50 something like that is 50. I don't know. That is below. This is below 1 second, below 2 seconds. So if you want to increase it, just click on the small arrow here. You can click on it to increase it. Then this one decrease it. Then this one also increase it. So you can change the duration. So let's try to increase it to, let's say, 5 seconds. Then let's preview and see what will happen. You see now the speed has been reduced. Okay, let's try to reduce it to 1. Let's use 1 second, and let's preview it again and see the duration, how it works. You see now it is faster than the first one. So it depends on how you want your duration to be. You just change the timing and you're good to go. Now the next thing we are going to do is how to add sound to your transition. How to add sound. So the first thing, you select the slide that you want to apply the sound to. So there's the slide. You want to select the slide. Let's say I'll select the test slide here. Then you click on the sound under the timing group. You click on the sound. So we have the sound here, but at the moment the default one, there's no sound. So we want to add a sound to it. So you click on the small arrow here to allow you to add different sounds. So it can be applause, that is clapping. So let's click it and see. Then let's preview and see something. You see, so the kind of sound that you want to apply to your work, based on your work. Let's use explosion and see something what. and let's preview. Good. So you can add sound to your transition. Let's say you want your transition to be is something unique. You want your transition to send signals to your audience. You can use the sound to do that. So that is how we modify or how we add sound to your transition. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is how to move transitions. Now you have added a transition, you don't want it again, you don't want to apply that specific transition, but you want to remove it. So let's learn how to move it. So first of all, select the slide. That specific slide you want to move the transition from, you select it. Then you choose none. Simple. So the first one, let's preview the first one, see if there's transition there. Okay. Slide 1 is having a transition. So we are going to remove it. So we go to this side and select none. Good. Now you see that when you selected none, the preview is what? Is inactive. Since there's no transition here, the preview will not be active. Let's set the second one and see if that thing will also happen there again. Okay, so none. Good. The preview is what? Inactive. So that's the simplest way of what? Removing your transition from your work. Okay, the last thing we are going to do is adding advanced slides. How to add advanced slides automatically. Normally in slideshow view, you would advance to the next slide by clicking your mouse. That is something we all know. Either you click your mouse or you click on the forward key to move from one slide to another. So using the advanced slide settings in the timing group, you can set your presentation to advance in its own instant and display each slide for a specific amount of time. Let me try to explain this thing again. Let's say for instance, you are doing a presentation and you want to move from one side of the class to another. You don't want to touch your computer. You don't want to manipulate it by click on the forward or click on the mouse and to change from one side to another. You can use something we call what? The advanced slides. You give it time, you time it. So based on that timing, when the time is up, it will automatically move from one slide to another. That's what we call the advanced slides. Okay, so let's do something here. Let's go to the slideshow view and see something. Okay, so we have this as our first slide, but until I click on the mouse, this slide will not move. So let's click on the mouse or the forward key so that now move to a different slide. So that now move to a different slide. But with the advanced slides, you can set timing to it. The timing will make you move automatically to the next slide as you go on. So let's do that. Now you select the slide. Now the slide you want the advanced settings or advanced slide to apply to. Let's select the second one. Okay. Then locate the timing group. And the timing group, you have something called the advanced slides. So this is the timing group. You have the advanced slides. You see, then what? You check the box on the mouse, click. So another this one, you what? Another advanced slide, you see that they have on mouse click. It is checked. Because it is checked, if you want to move from one side to another, you need to click the mouse or let's say the forward key. But if you uncheck this and then come and click on this one, the after. That means after a specific time, the slide will automatically change. So let's set our time to let's say 2 seconds. Now let's go to our slideshow and see what will happen. Okay, now we have not clicked anything on. Let's see what will happen if the slide will change. Okay, that is 1 minute. Let me change it. Okay, let me reduce it to Okay, okay, 1 minute will be something much. Okay, okay, because of our time. Okay, 1 minute. If you wait for 1 minute, you see that the slide will change automatically. So I want you to try it. Just try it. Input your 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 time, then you preview it and see what will happen. After that time, without clicking the mouse button, the next slide will automatically appear. So that is what we term as the advanced slides. Okay, now end here and we'll continue at that time. And please try to subscribe to this channel and hit on the notification button so that in our subsequent videos you get access to it. God bless you and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.